Hi, my name is Sycra, and in this video I'm going to show you how to draw a cat. So let's get to it. Alright, so let's begin with the cat's head. Start with... it's almost a circle, but a bit flatter. So it's somewhat of an oval. But a circle could be fine too. And then let's split this in half. So we get a line dividing it vertically and horizontally. Now, below this center line, we're going to make another oval shape. And then within that, I'm going to draw a little circle. So the nose is going to be pretty small. And I'll go from this smaller circle to this, I guess, medium-sized or fairly small oval. Now for the eyes, what we'll do is start with maybe a 45-degree angle pointing towards the nose. And the eyes are gonna generally be on the center line. But we drew this angle because with cat's eyes, the inside corners of the eyes start fairly low down towards the nose, then the outside ones end up much higher. And then we'll just join those. Now for the mouth, have it go down a bit, and then we end with that familiar cat mouth. Now, the trickiest part of the face is probably the ears. So, within this bigger circle, we're going to go just a bit lower than the top edge of the circle. I'm going to sketch in a guide here. And now I'm going to locate 2 points where the ears are going to start. And get a rhythm for the outer corners of the ears. Here I'm just following an ellipse created going through the eyes, finding the outer corners. Now what we're going to do is draw an inverted U shape. So if this is a U, we're going to draw something like this. But we're going to do it at a bit of an angle. So it's a bit more like this. Then we'll connect those 2 points that we drew. And now we're just going to find the height of the ear and then connect the top to the back of the U. So what we did is, for this one would represent this one. We got these 2, we got the height, and then we brought it back. So you end up with this 3-dimensional shape. do the same for the other side. Draw an arc to find where the other ear's position should be. And connect it. And that's the basic guide for the front view cat head. We can add some details now, such as some hair in the ears. Maybe some hair or fur around the face. And let's get in those cat eyes. Now the shape of cat eyes vary. Some are more, the pupils I mean, some are more circular, some are more thin. But the thing in common is that you usually don't see any white in a cat's eye. Let's give this one the thin eyes. And last but not least, whiskers. There we go. Alright, now let's do a side view. Start with a similar oval shape. And find center line. You'll notice that I tend to do center lines like this instead of just this. Like I won't just do that. And the reason is that I'm always trying to think of the objects as three-dimensional. By having a bit of a curve to this line, it really gives me some assistance in seeing this as a three-dimensional shape on a two-dimensional surface. Okay, so start with this circle or slightly squished oval shape. Now I'm gonna find the cat's muzzle. Doesn't come out a whole lot. And then let's get in the nose. And the mouth shape. And let's find the eye. Nose is going to point up. Okay, now have the center line, and we're gonna get the ears in again. Get that U shape. And get one ear down. Now I'm lightly drawing through the form as if this was a transparent object to find where the other ear would be. And because the ears are pointing outwards, we actually wouldn't see the inside portion. Get some hair in there. And cats generally have sort of round features. I like to think of cats as being made up of circles and triangles. Things tend to get either pointy, like with the eyes, you get points, or they're quite round. Add some whiskers. There we have a side view of a cat. Now when it comes to the body, we'll start with a head, a rib cage, a spine, scapula, and the legs. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about how I draw the legs because I pretty much covered that in my How to Draw Animals video, and if you haven't seen that already, I would recommend taking a look at that before starting on this portion of the cat drawing. So, have the rib cage. It's fairly narrow towards the front. We have the scapula. Arm, forearm, hand, and the fingers. Now the spine tends to curve quite a bit this way in cats, and they have a pretty big gap between the rib cage and the pelvis. Let's get the pelvis in. Just going to represent it as flat rectangular shape. And we'll have the legs, the knee, bottom portion of the leg, the heel, and the foot. Now when I draw a foot for a cat, it sort of has this shape. It's almost a rectangle, but it tapers. And then the toes would be here. And then there's the tail. Now this is the basic structure of what I use when drawing cats. If we want to get in the other legs, from a front view, cats are pretty narrow, so there's not much space between the two legs. Let's just quickly sketch those in. Maybe this leg is going back. The heel. Now we have the head here. So let's draw what we learned. Split it into quadrants, getting a center line. Below the center line is where the nose starts. Let's get that. It's a little bit like a circle. With a very short cylinder. Then get the top of the head, keep that very round. Find the eyes. Drawing that U shape for the ears. Now we can begin adding in the details. Let's just flesh out the legs. Although the cat's rib cage is pretty narrow, you can kind of fill this in. Let's redraw that paw. It's a bit better. Back leg. Maybe I won't go too crazy on the details here, but you get the idea. Just want to arch this back more. I was feeling okay. So now that we've drawn a cat, I'm going to show you how to draw a lion. Start off with circle. Make sure this circle is quite perfect. And overlap with another circle. Finally, a third circle. Now, where these three circles, or we can call them ellipses, where they overlap, you can just shade that in and then add the mouth. And some eyes. Now, we all know lions have scary teeth, so let's put in some of those. And the mane. Let's get in some ears. And this lion is quite ferocious. Let's give him a ferocious expression. There you have it. A ferocious lion.